Money Master: Steps to Financial Freedom. Written by Mohsen Masoomi. Narrated by Araceli Gote. Financial freedom. It's that sweet dream that, at some point or another, has probably danced in the back of your mind. Can you imagine it? Waking up without that heavy knot of worry about bills, debts, or whether you can afford those little luxuries that catch your eye. It's not just about having money, but about having choices. The choice to take a day off, the choice to travel, or even the choice to indulge in your favorite hobbies without constantly checking your bank balance. Now, what if I told you that there's a way, a path, if you will, to potentially make $1 million in a year? Your first reaction might be skepticism, and I get it. In this sea of information, with everyone promising the moon and the stars, it's hard to know whom to trust. But I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm here to guide you through the realities, the ups and downs, and the ins and outs of what it takes. For most of us, making $1 million in a year isn't about flashy cars or extravagant mansions. It's about security for ourselves and our loved ones. It's about making sure our kids can go to the best schools or that our parents can enjoy their golden years without financial concerns. It's about legacy. And at its core, it's about freedom. Freedom to live on our terms. So how about it? Are you ready to explore and maybe, just maybe, unlock that potential within you? Together, we're going to journey through the world of finances, not with jargon and complex charts, but in a way that you, me, and anyone we might pass in the street can understand. Because, believe it or not, the secret to financial success isn't locked away for a select few. It's out there, waiting for folks like you and me to grab it. So grab a coffee, or tea if that's your jam, and let's get to it. Here's to the adventure of a lifetime, the journey to your $1 million year. Chapter 1: Foundations. Have you ever stopped to think about the core principles of the financial world? I mean, why does money have value? Why can't we just grow dollars in our backyards? The reality is, the financial system operates on some foundational principles, just like how a house is built on a solid foundation. Picture this. Meet Alex. Alex earns a decent salary, spends moderately, and occasionally saves. Sounds familiar, right? But here's the twist. Even though he's been working for years, he struggles to get ahead financially. Why? Because he never took the time to understand the principles that govern the financial world. Instead of being in control, the financial currents toss him around. So, where did these principles come from? Picture ancient civilizations like the Mesopotamians, trading goods. Bartering was the game, but as communities grew and products diversified, it became cumbersome. Imagine trading a cow for 100 apples and then realizing you've nowhere to store them. Hence, a system was needed, and over time, money was born as a universal medium of exchange. Money's evolution is deeply entwined with our very human need to trade, save, and prosper. Now, to the heart of the matter. The key elements of these financial principles are value. At its core, money is a bit like a promise. When you have a $10 bill in your hand, it's like holding a ticket that says, I can get $10 worth of stuff with this. Think of it as a universal trade chip. Instead of bartering with chickens or handmade goods, we all agree to use this special paper or digital number as a stand-in for value. Trust. Now, for that $10 bill to work, everyone has to play along. We need to trust that when we go to a shop, the shopkeeper will accept our money. And they need to trust that the money is real and valuable. This trust isn't just about believing in the physical note or coin. It's about believing in the system that backs it. Imagine playing a board game. Everyone has to agree on the rules for the game to be fun. In a way, money is a bit like that. We all agree on its value. Scarcity. Imagine if we all decided to make our own money at home. Soon, there would be so much of it that it wouldn't be special anymore. It's the same reason why collecting rare things, like old stamps or unique toys, is exciting. If something is hard to get, it's usually more valuable. Money works in the same way. There's only a limited amount of it going around, which makes each piece valuable. Supply and demand. This one's a bit like a seesaw on a playground. On one side, you've got what's available, supply. Think of it as the number of toys in a store. On the other side, you've got what people want, demand, like the number of kids who want those toys. If there's only one toy and lots of kids want it, that toy becomes more precious. If there are tons of toys but no kids interested, those toys aren't considered that valuable. Money works in the same way. Its value can go up or down based on how much of it is around and how much people want it. Want to ace your financial game? Start by understanding and applying these elements. Recognize value. Whenever you're about to spend money, take a moment to really think about what you're getting. It's not just about the price tag or the momentary thrill of a purchase. Ask yourself, will this thing or service make a difference in my life? Will it make me happier, healthier, or more productive? Will I use it for a long time? Or is it just a passing fancy? Think of your money as hard-earned tokens that you exchange for things that genuinely matter to you. If something doesn't seem to offer real, lasting value, maybe it's worth skipping. Build trust. Imagine you're on a playground. If you lend someone your toy and they give it back, you're more likely to trust them next time, right? Financial trust works the same way. When you borrow money, always pay it back on time. And when someone owes you, be fair and understanding. This way, people know they can count on you. And just as importantly, only deal with others who've proven they're trustworthy. It's all about building a reputation for yourself and choosing to deal with others who have a good one. Understand scarcity. Have you ever had a favorite snack that ran out sooner than you hoped? It's disappointing, right? Money can be a bit like that. Even if you have a lot now, there's no guarantee there'll always be more coming in. It's a good habit to save a little more than you think you'll need. Just like keeping an emergency stash of your favorite snack, you never know when you'll be thankful for that financial cushion. Balance supply and demand. Think of your money like a team of players. You wouldn't want just one type of player in your team, right? You'd want a mix, each with their own strengths. Your assets, stuff you invest in, are like that team. If you invest everything in just one thing and it fails, you're in trouble. But if you spread it out, investing a little here and a little there, chances are something will always be performing well. It's not about putting all your hopes on one star player, but building a diverse, strong team. Remember those elements, because they'll be your guiding stars. Here's a tidbit that might surprise you. Did you know that the earliest known currency was not coins or paper money, but livestock, particularly cattle? That's right. In some ancient societies, the more cows you had, the richer you were. Makes you think, doesn't it? How does that relate to modern economics? It's about tangible assets. Whether it's cows or gold or real estate, having tangible assets can be an indicator of wealth and stability. And speaking of money, ever heard someone say, why don't they just print more money? If it were only that simple. We'd all be running our mini mints at home, right? But can everyone just start a mint at home? The short answer is no. Printing more money without backing would cause inflation, making our money worth a lot less. So, unless you fancy paying $1 million for a loaf of bread, maybe it's best to leave the money printing to the professionals. Lastly, let me share a tale. There's a woman named Lisa who invested in stocks. Instead of chasing trends, she picked companies whose value and principles she understood. Remember the foundational elements? Over time, her portfolio grew, not because she was a genius, but because she understood the foundations of money and applied them wisely. And there you have it, the building blocks of the financial world and a bit of history to boot. Stick around because this journey to understanding money is just getting started. Onwards and upwards, my friend. Chapter 2. Mindset. Let's talk about something absolutely pivotal on our financial journey: mindset. You might be thinking, what's the big deal about mindset? Stick with me and we'll uncover the secrets together. So, what exactly is a $1 million mindset? It's not just about wanting to have $1 million, though that would be nice, right? It's about believing you can achieve it and taking actionable steps towards that dream. It's about resilience, persistence, and a pinch of audacity. A $1 million mindset is the difference between I wish I could and I know I will. Let's talk about Sam. Sam started as a janitor in a large corporation. One day, he overheard executives discussing an unsolved problem. Instead of just carrying on with his job, Sam, armed with his can-do mindset, came up with a solution and boldly presented it. Fast forward, and he's now a top consultant for that same company. Crazy, right? But it all started in the mind. You might wonder, how do you cultivate such a mindset? Let's journey back in time. Remember being a kid and believing you could be an astronaut, a president, or a superhero? The world was your oyster, but as adults, we often let our past failures or societal norms dim that radiant confidence. The key? Start believing again. See failures as lessons, and remember, every no gets you closer to a yes. This mindset resonates deeply with our innate human desires. We all aspire to be better, to achieve more, to reach for the stars. It's in our DNA. Here are the essential traits. Belief. In the world of money, believing in yourself is the first step. It's thinking, yes, I can save up. Yes, I can make smart choices. Yes, I can grow my money. It's not about being cocky or careless, but genuinely believing you have what it takes to make good financial decisions. When you truly believe in your potential, you open doors to opportunities and possibilities. Resilience. Life has its ups and downs. In the world of finances, there will be setbacks. Maybe an investment doesn't work out or a surprise bill comes up. Resilience is about not letting those setbacks keep you down. Instead, see them as learning experiences, brush off the dirt, and hop back on that bike. Vision. It's all about having a clear picture of where you want to go financially. Do you want to buy a house? Go on a dream vacation? Retire comfortably? Keeping a clear vision of your goals will guide you in your choices and decisions. It's like having a roadmap to where you want to be. Action. Imagine wanting to bake a cake. You've got the recipe, the ingredients, but if you just sit and wait, you won't get that delicious cake, will you? Dreams and plans are important, but taking action is where the magic happens. It's about rolling up your sleeves and getting into it. Setting up a savings account, learning about investments, asking for advice. These are all actions that move you closer to your goals. How to nurture these traits daily? Start with positive affirmations, set small, achievable goals, surround yourself with uplifting people, and always be a student ready to learn. Got those traits down? Great. Keep them close to your heart. Now, here's a little tidbit for you. Did you know that 80% of millionaires read at least 30 minutes a day for learning? Makes you think, doesn't it? This habit of continuous learning correlates directly with their success. The more you know, the more you grow. Thinking rich can sound funny, right? I mean, if we could all become millionaires by lounging and daydreaming about luxury yachts, sign me up. But, jokes apart, is dreaming about luxury yachts enough? Not quite. It's a starting point, but action is the name of the game. Take the story of Nina. She lived paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt. But one day she decided enough was enough. She educated herself on finances, started a side hustle, and shifted her mindset from scarcity to abundance. Today, she's debt-free and thriving. The change? Her mindset. Remember, it's not just about the dollars in your bank. It's about the thoughts in your head. Cultivate the right ones, and you're on the path to not just $1 million, but a life full of purpose and prosperity. Ready to level up? Let's go. Chapter 3. Planning. In our financial journey, planning is the roadmap, ensuring we not only reach our destination, but also enjoy the journey. Let me tell you about the Martins, a typical family. They lived paycheck to paycheck, always wondering where their money went. But one day, they decided to sit down and draft a financial plan. Fast forward a few years, and they're debt-free, vacationing twice a year, and have college funds set up for their kids. What changed? Their commitment to planning. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I even start crafting a plan? Great question. John started by jotting down numbers on a napkin, only to find himself more confused. His first step? Education. He attended seminars, read books, and sought advice. Through trial and error, he learned the art of financial planning. Isn't it fascinating how, as humans, our foresight and survival instincts drive us? Planning is just an extension of that. It's our brain's way of ensuring we not only survive, but thrive. But let's get to the meaty stuff. A rock-solid financial plan needs goals. Think of a time when you wanted something so bad. Maybe it was that toy as a kid or that special vacation spot you dreamt of visiting. What did you do? You probably imagined getting it, thought of ways to make it happen, and then worked towards it. Financial goals are just like that. It's all about knowing what you want. Whether it's buying a house, sending your kids to college, or just having a comfortable cushion for unexpected events. Setting clear goals will give you a target to aim for. It's your why in the journey of money. Budget. Remember those days when you'd get pocket money and had to decide how to spend it? Some on candies, some on toys, and maybe saving some? That's budgeting in its simplest form. It's all about knowing what's coming in and what's going out. Keep track of what you earn and what you spend. It helps you see the whole picture, make adjustments, and ensures you don't overspend, like making sure you have enough candies to last the whole week. Savings. Save for a rainy day. Well, life has its fair share of unexpected showers. Maybe your car breaks down or you need to visit the doctor unexpectedly. Savings act like that trusty umbrella, ready to protect you. It's about setting a bit of your money aside regularly. Think of it like storing cookies in a jar. When you really need one, or a few, they're there waiting for you. Investments. Imagine planting a seed and watching it grow into a tree. Over time, that tree might even give you fruits. Investing is a bit like that. It's about taking some of your money and putting it somewhere where it can grow. Instead of letting it sit idly, you're letting it work for you, making more money in the process, like watching your tree thrive and enjoying the fruits of your patience. Sounds simple, right? The magic, though, lies in using these components effectively. It's not just about having a budget, but reviewing and adjusting it, not just saving, but investing wisely. Have you heard of the 60-20-20 rule? This revolutionary planning method suggests 60% of income goes to necessities, 20% to savings, and 20% to wants. Believe it or not, people who've adopted this, even with modest incomes, have seen a dramatic change in their financial health. Now, planning can sometimes feel like you're following a treasure map, hoping to find that pot of gold. But here's a little chuckle for you. Imagine if pirates just drew maps for fun. X marks the spot. Or does it? But jokes aside, aren't all maps accurate? No, and that's why adjusting and revising our plan is key. Speaking of treasure, Lisa, with a clear plan, invested $5,000 and turned it into $50,000 in just 5 years. She didn't have a magical touch, but a well-thought-out plan. So, as we wrap up this chat, remember, a dream without a plan is just a wish. Let's not just wish for that $1 million. Let's plan for it.